Welcome back to another installment of Salvation Army History and Trivia. Today I'd like to talk to you about William Hodgson. William Hodgson grew up in the home of a coal miner. I guess it's gone back several generations. And so at 11 years old, he became a coal miner as well. It's hard for us to imagine children at that age being involved in such dangerous occupations. But in 19th century England, child labor was widespread, and a number of reasons. They needed people in the workforce, and also families were just getting by, and so anytime some child showed any ability to work, they were quickly put in a factory or in occupations such as coal mining. Of course, they were dangerous type occupations. There were no safeguards really, and children were often maimed and so on. Or in the case of a coal miner, they risked getting the black lung that plagues coal miners even to this day. At any rate, he got saved in a meeting of one day, and that was wonderful, and he became a Methodist minister. But in 1879, he came in contact with the Salvation Army and was very attracted, and resigned from the Methodist ministry and joined the Salvation Army and became an officer. He was sent to a small town in England where he enjoyed a wonderfully blessed ministry in a corps there. The corps was booming. They were having wonderful conversions and large crowds and so on. Well, one day, one of the business people invited him to lunch. And the essence of what he said to him was, Captain Hodgson, we like you. We like your preaching. We like your leadership. We like your pastoral ministry. We like all of that, but we don't like the Salvation Army. So we're prepared to make you an offer. If you will leave the Salvation Army, we guarantee you that we will provide for you a church. We will make sure that it is financed. You'll have crowds. You'll have a secure living, and you can stay here in our community as long as you like. But if you don't take our offer, we guarantee you that you'll have no one in your meetings, and the Salvation Army will be abandoned. Well, Captain Hodgson didn't take any time at all, and he said, listen, I appreciate your kind offer, your kind words, but God called me to be a Salvation Army officer, and that's what I will be. And sure enough, just like the businessman said, it was no time at all before the Salvation Army meetings were completely abandoned. Captain Hodgson would go to his corps, and it'd be time for the meeting, and he'd be there by himself. So it was a very low time for him. But in the middle of that, he wrote his first song for the Salvation Army, and the one that's still in our Salvation Army songbook. The song lyrics are this: we're a band that shall conquer the foe if we fight in the strength of the King. With the sword of the Spirit we know, we sinners to Jesus will bring. I believe we shall win if we fight in the strength of the King. I believe we shall win if we fight in the strength of the King. The second verse says, we have conquered in times that are past, and have scattered the foe from the field. So we'll fight for the King till the last, and the sword of the Spirit we'll wield. Our foe may be mighty and strong, and the fighting be hard and severe, but the King is the mighty to save, and in conflict he always is near. Ever true to the army and God, we will fight in the name of the King. We shall win with the fire and the blood, and the world to his feet we shall bring. Well, he wrote that at the very lowest point of the Corps and probably in his life. But when he farewelled from the Corps a year later, he left behind 100 soldiers and a booming Corps again. We need to trust the Lord when things look bleak and know that the battle is not ours, it is the Lord.